Alright, so we're back again with another wrap-up of the football world, and I just want to apologise. I completely neglected Adelaide United's qualifying for the Asian Champions League knockout stages. Adelaide United have done an amazing job again. They've really turned it around from last season when they struggled in the A-League to again make it out of the ACL group stages. It's tough. Central Coast Mariners manager for last season, Laurie McKenna, sort of explained that people don't know how hard it is to get out of the group stages in the Asian Champions League, and he's right. I had the pleasure of being involved with the Central Coast Mariners when they did their Asian Champions League campaign. It's difficult, and it's really difficult. Asia is such a diverse and different place, and it's just not at the greatest time for Australian clubs. So for Adelaide United, who just seem to be amazing at it, well done. Good luck in the knockout stages. We'll be cheering you on, and hopefully a win comes up and you guys can get into get a home final at Hindmarsh. But anyway, I completely neglected to do that. Apologies. Well done, Adelaide United. I'm going to move on to what's been happening this week. So as I alluded to, I headed out to Trinity University here in San Antonio to watch the Haiti national team play Trinity University in a friendly. And look, it wasn't about the game. It was all about just a fun time to support Haiti, time to give them some money. Lots of donations, big buckets, huge buckets, full of money, and on top of that, lots of shirts were sold for the Haiti guys and all the proceeds from everything from the game went to Haiti. So it was just a great time. There were over 2,000 people. Some people reckon 2,500. There were a lot of people in this ground, 400-seat ground. It was just massive. There were people everywhere, and the San Antonio soccer community really got behind this, and it was just great to see. And so well done to everybody involved in soccer in San Antonio. It was just fantastic to see, and hopefully the footage has sent out a strong message. If you're in Dallas or you're in Austin, they'll be playing there in the coming weeks. I think they're up in Dallas this weekend, and I think it's I want to say the 28th of April. They'll be in Austin playing the Aztecs. So check with FC Dallas, check with the Austin Aztecs. It was great fun, and you really enjoy yourself. They won 2-0, by the way. Moving on, Champions League. And we'll start with Barca and Inter. That was the first game. And a lot of people are saying the trip had an effect on Barca. Maybe it did. It was a difficult trip. Barca had to travel by land. Obviously, the volcano is still affecting travel in Europe. Maybe it affected them, but it seemed to not at the start. They got off to a great start. Inter came back well. Inter played very well, and you can't fault Inter. It was a typical Italian performance. They took the chances that they got. They defended well. It was great. Second leg, will it be interesting? Barca have a habit of doing well at home, and now they have to go out and attack. I don't know how amazing it's going to be for Barca. Inter are going to defend. They're an Italian club. Now I know Mourinho is the coach, and we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm not convinced it's going to be the greatest game ever. What wasn't the greatest game ever was the other first leg of the semi. Bayern and Lyon, both teams finished with 10. For Lyon, they had a very difficult game on the weekend. I think they were struggling from that. It wasn't a great game from Lyon, but it wasn't a great game from Bayern either. So Lyon, they'll be happy it's their best Champions League finish. And hopefully they can produce the second leg. It's certainly at a nice edge. It's 1-0. Bayern are going to be without Ribéry. He's had a tough time, and he's done something stupid. And we'll see what happens out of that. It'll be interesting to see. But look, Bayern should have done a lot better, but they have the advantage, and they'll take that in the second leg. We go to the Europa League. Liverpool have again lost in the first leg. They're 1-0 down to Atletico, who played pretty well. Neither game was overly exciting. They weren't great. I think Liverpool again rely on Anfield. It worked last time, so we'll see if they can get the job done. I don't know. they seem to have a knack at pulling out the result when they need to. So we'll see what happens for Liverpool. Fulham were impressive. They defended solidly. They took good counters. They could have had a goal were it not for a handball and a weak shot. Schwarzer did very well, which is great news for the Australian national teams. They head to the World Cup. He's been performing well. One of the few players that's been performing really well in Europe. But I'll move on now. Dallas play Seattle tonight in the Thursday night MLS game. As ESPN calls it the game of the week, because I think that's because that's the one they air, not because it's the most exciting. But they both had difficult games last week. Seattle left it late to win, and Dallas left it late to make a big mistake. It's a tough one. If Dallas play like they did last week, they'll do it, and they'll win this game. Dallas were very impressive last week. If they play that well this week, I think they'll beat the Sounders, but I don't know if they've got it in them. So my tips with the Sounders, sorry to everyone in Dallas, I just think the Sounders are going to have the edge. But we'll see how it goes. It's definitely going to be an interesting game. They both played very well last week. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I'll be back shortly, either on the weekend, wrapping things up, or before then. Hope to see you all tune in. Please subscribe or comment, and I've written an article for mysanantonio.com. I'll post the link to that down there in the underbar. Alrighty, see you guys. Thank you.